Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is when they find you traumatized in a rescue mission. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. You registered the distant thud of boots before you registered anything else. Your world had shrunk to the drip of water somewhere to your left, and the phantom echoes of screams that weren't entirely your own. Your body was a dull ache, a constant thrum beneath your skin, a testament to the days, weeks, months that you'd spent in this cold, damp cell. The sound of the boots grew louder, accompanied by sharp, unfamiliar voices. Your breath hitched, and you pressed yourself closer into the grimy corner, trying to make yourself invisible, trying to disappear into the very stone. Suddenly, the heavy metal door to your cell groaned open, letting in a blinding shaft of light. You squeezed your eyes shut, flinching away from the sudden assault on your senses. When you cautiously opened them again, you saw two figures silhouetted in the doorway. The hell? Is that her? A rough, explosive voice demanded. She's a mess. Bakugo, calm down. A second voice, warmer, replied. Looks like it is. She matches the description. Your eyes, unfocused and wide with fear, landed on them. One had spiky ash blonde hair and an unreadable intense expression. And his name, from what you've heard, was Bakugo. And the other had bright red spiky hair and a surprisingly gentle demeanor, despite his imposing build. You didn't know them. You didn't know anyone anymore. The red-haired one took a step slow into the cell. His movements were deliberate, non-threatening. Hey, he said, his voice soft. We're here to get you out. We're heroes. My name's Kirishima. This is Bakugo. He didn't respond. Your throat felt like it was lined with sandpaper. And even if it wasn't, the words were trapped, crushed beneath a heavy weight of trauma. You just stared at them, your eyes darting between their faces, searching for a hint of the cruelty that you'd come to expect. Bakugo, who had remained in the doorway, scoffed. She's not saying anything, Kirishima. Do you think she's mute? Give her a break, Bakugo, Kirishima said, still focusing on you. He knelt down slowly, keeping a respectful distance. It's okay. We don't have to talk right now. We understand. He held out a gloved hand, palm up, a clear gesture of peace. You just stared at it, unblinking. You couldn't bring yourself to reach out, to trust. Every touch lately had been pain. She's probably terrified, Kirishima continued, his voice unwavering in its gentleness. We're going to get you somewhere safe. Can you stand? You tried. You pushed against the wall, your limbs shaking uncontrollably. A whimper escaped your lips, raw and pathetic. Your legs buckled, and you would have collapsed if Kirishima hadn't moved quickly, catching you with surprising tenderness. Whoa there, he murmured, his arm supporting you. Easy does it. Bakugo, grab the comms. Tell them we've got her. We'll carry her out. Bakugo grumbled something that you couldn't quite decipher, but you heard the click of a comms device. Kirishima, meanwhile, scooped you up with practiced ease. You tensed, every muscle in your body screaming in protest, but his hold was firm, not hurtful. You were light, too light, and the world spun as you were lifted. He buried your face in his shoulder, the rough fabric of his ear costume, a strange comfort against your cheek. He still couldn't speak, though, couldn't utter a sound, but the overwhelming sense of dread began to recede, replaced by a fragile, tentative hope. The journey out was a blur of movement and hushed voices. You were vaguely aware of Baku leading the way, his sharp eyes scanning their surroundings, always on alert. Kirishima held you securely, his warmth seeping into your cold, aching body. He occasionally hummed a low tone, a surprisingly soothing sound that vibrated through his chest. When they finally reached the surface, the fresh air was a shock. You gasped, inhaling deeply, your lungs protesting the sudden change after the still, feet-eyed air of your prison. The bright daylight was overwhelming, and you buried your face deeper into Kirishima's shoulder. "All right, we're almost there," Baku announced, his voice still gruff. They reached the medical tent, brightly lit and bustling with energy and activity. Kirishima gently lowered you onto a cot. A medic with a kind face immediately approached, but you recoiled, your eyes wide with renewed fear. Hey, it's okay. She's a medic, and she's here to help you." Bakugo stood by the cot, his arms crossed, watching you intently. He didn't say anything, but his presence, while initially intimidating, felt oddly protective now. The medic tried to speak to you, asking about your injuries, your name, but you remained silent, your gaze fixed on Kirishima. He seemed to understand. "She's been through a lot," Kirishima said quickly. "She hasn't been talking since we took her. Just take it easy with her, please." For the next few hours, they were incredibly patient. The medic examined you, gently, administering pain medication and tending to your wounds. Kirishima stayed by your side, occasionally offering a quiet word or a comforting presence. Baku remained nearby, a silent sentinel, his watchful eyes never leaving you for long. Later, when the immediate medical checks were done, and you were wrapped in a clean, soft blanket, Kirishima brought you a cup of warm broth. He held it to your lips, but you just shook your head, unable to swallow. "It's okay," he said softly, putting the cup down. "No pressure. Whenever you're ready." Bakugo, who had been pacing just outside the tent, suddenly stopped and looked at you. "You look like crap," he stated. "But we're not leaving you alone. Got it? So just try and get some rest, damn it." You stared at him, at his surprisingly genuine concern. You didn't know these men, but they had found you, rescued you, and were now showing you a kindness that you hadn't thought possible. You listened to them talking softly, to Kirishima telling you about his hero agency, about some of the quirks he'd seen, and the ridiculous things Baku had done, which earned the growl from the blonde. He didn't ask you to respond, just filled the silence with his calm, steady voice. And you listened, your eyes heavy-lidded. The fear was still there, a dull ache in your chest, but it was overshadowed by a profound exhaustion. And for the first time in a very long time, you felt safe. You felt like maybe, just maybe you weren't alone anymore. You didn't speak. You couldn't. But as they finally claimed you, a single silent tear tracked down your temple. And maybe this one wasn't a tear of pain, but of relief. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.